Hello everybody. Haven't done a video here in a little bit since really before this whole COVID thing started up. Um, I did one sort of, I guess back. I don't know the exact date. I have to look it up, but probably back in March or February even about the upcoming COVID thing, and none of these lockdowns had happened. None of the social distancing, all that was just a sort of a glimmer in the eye of the bureaucrats. So um, now, I guess it's 420, April 20th, and the world has changed substantially. So, stores are open less and like different hours, less hours, and then like for example, Lowe's. I guess they got some flack because so many people are going to Lowe's for home improvement stuff that they started limiting to one person per household. But, you just walk in separately. It's no big deal. I had to go there get some light bulbs and stuff this evening. So, and everybody seems to be doing pretty good. I mean, there wasn't any. Well, it's a small town, but nobody, seemed to get crazy or anything. I mean, we all just went in, got our stuff, and got out, and people are getting used to standing at the, where they have the marks on the floor now, standing back further, and it just seems to be natural. You know, so I try not to go out too much. Just food occasionally, and just essentials. So light bulbs burning out, so it gets pretty dark. So I didn't have any extras, so I had to go get some light bulb. I got some cool Edison style bulbs, vintage retro type. So the light's a a lot more warm. It's much different color temperature than the LEDs that we've become accustomed to. So that's pretty neat. That's in my home office. So very, very warm lighting. So um, I'm out in the garage now. It's usually where I record videos, but so haven't really watched the any news today or the Trump stuff. I know they're talking about starting to reopen the country, which I think is necessary. I mean, I do believe COVID is serious, and if you get it, it can be serious if you have the underlying or autoimmune or you're an immuno compromised person. So but we can't destroy the economy over a small percentage of compromise or age related things. I mean, we just can't do it. I mean, I know it may have more political connotations behind it, but sort of like Spock always said in Star Trek or the Vulcans, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Um, yeah, I think that at some point that becomes true. You can't destroy the economy um, over, again, 5, 10%, 20%, even 20% of the people. Those people just need to stay in or continue to wear masks and follow the social distancing. I don't mind still doing that stuff, but we need to open back up. Um, I'm pretty fortunate to be able to work from home most of the time. I do have some on-site clients that I haven't been out to in quite a while, but I'm pretty fortunate to be able to work here from home on a day-to-day basis. So, but due to my status and everything, I didn't qualify for the stimulus uh, stuff. So that sort of stinks. But hey, I'm still working, so I don't need it. I really don't. It would be nice, I mean, to have an extra $1,200, but it's not necessary. I'm glad a lot of my friends have got it, and my family. A lot of my family have received their deposits, so that's all that matters. Really. Um, Other than that, I mean, life's still pretty normal for me. I mean, I get up and go out, sit on my patio, and get some sun. I shaved my head again recently, so I need to get some color back on it. So I sat out there for about 20 minutes or so. Or tried to about 20 minutes a day, get some vitamin D and get my head tanned. So, um, yeah, and then I, do my work and have dinner, um, do some work in the evening, and then watch some videos or record some stuff or whatever. So um, I've talked to my friends. I've been using the House Party app. It's pretty cool. People can just pop in. I just got a notification that my friend Justin is in the house. So talked to Justin, Lacey, a couple of my other friends. I don't know if they've gotten it or not, but I haven't seen them on there. Sort of miss not talking to them on a regular basis. But I figured if they know we have the app and that it's been passed around online and everything. So I'm sure if they want to talk, they'll talk. I don't want to bother them otherwise. I'm not the type that likes to bother people. So, so yeah, that sort of breaks the monotony a little bit of solitary life, is being able to get into that House Party app. And it's not something where you need to call somebody. You can just go in there and, if they're online or whatever, you can just jump in and wave to them or whatever, and just jump into a chat. And when once two people were in there or whatever, then, you know, Justin, for example, me and him could be talking, then Lacey might pop in, or Victor. So, you know, it's just sort of cool. You can just sort of jump in and out as you want to. So, a lot less stress, or anxiety of oh, somebody's calling me. I gotta, get in there. So, but yeah, it's pretty casual. I've been using that a lot. But otherwise, like I said, things are pretty normal for me. Um, but I do feel for other people. I know a lot of my friends are struggling. They're in services, waiters, waitresses, bartenders. Um, another one of my friends, a small business owner, and she just can't do her business right now. I mean, it's difficult, and the PPP and the different loan programs that were created in the bill they passed. The system's so bogged down they haven't received them. A lot of the big companies have major accounting firms and lawyers and everything. They're able to get it pushed through pretty quickly and get their checks. But small businesses in small towns, it's been difficult to even get a status of where they stand in the line. Like one, the person I was talking about, she applied and says she's like in the queue, but she still hasn't gotten the uh, the request to actually officially apply for it yet. I think she's still in like a waiting queue for application, and it's been a while now since it's passed. So and she's still paying her employee, even though she's been sitting at home. She's been paying her every week. So doing everything she's supposed to be doing to be able to receive that PPP. So I think what I'm going to be doing here over the next couple weeks, maybe a week or two, I don't know, but is starting to storyboard out sort of a documentary, I guess, of sorts. Um, Maybe make it a series, uh, not really tying into one another, but just sort of a series of videos, interviews with like local people, everybody from, I'll talk a little bit about me and how it's affected me, which it really hasn't. Talk to some of my small business owners or people who are like outside sales or people like that who work independently but still work for a company, and how it's affected them. Maybe some politicians, um, and just various groups of people, and put it together into a video. People who and get their opinions, how it's affected their day to day life, um, their revenue, so on and so forth. It's just sort of a public interest series. I think that'll be sort of neat, because I mean, at least in my area, you always see the Facebook posts of people and how it's sort of affecting them individually, but they really don't get into much detail. It's just a Facebook post or whatever, and then you don't hear from them or see any posts from them for another week or something. But um, I'd really like to maybe do two or three people per episode, maybe 10, 15 minutes apiece, and just sort of, even if I meet up with them, of course we'll social distance and do all that stuff, but meet up with them and just sort of talk to them, and if they are still going into their business, sort of follow them in, and see how empty it is, and how you know difficult it's been for them. Politician wise, I mean, I know a number of them, so um, maybe follow them for a half day, get their opinions, sort of what they do, where they go, people they talk to, the personal impact it has on them. I mean, you think about it, being a single guy, I pretty much worry about myself. Of course, there's families out there, uh, it's probably easiest with a full family, mother, father, but because, while one's doing something, the other one can be taking care of the kids. But, single parents, I mean, it has to be extremely difficult, um, just to mentally be able to juggle, especially if they work from home or something like that, being able to juggle working from home and taking care of the kids at the same time, um, has to be difficult. So, but then you imagine a politician, it's not only them and their family, but they have an entire town or an entire county to take care of, um, and worry about, not only personally, but economically, jobs, everything. So I really um, respect people in those positions, especially in small towns. I mean, larger towns, they have a larger staff of people that can be, every task can be delegated off to. But in a small town, you might just have a handful of people to delegate certain things to, but you have to handle a lot of it yourself. So, but that's something that I'm interested in doing. I don't have a name for it yet, or any real time frame. Like I said, I just need to start storyboarding out, who I'm going to talk to, and start putting together some framework for it. So more to come on that, but I'm not going to hold it long here. So if anybody wants to communicate, leave a comment, or if you know who I am, you know how to get a hold of me. Um, that's about it. So everybody have a good one, and I'll try to make another video here in the next few days. Talk to you later. Have a good night.